You know that feeling when your body's tired but your brain just won't cooperate? Like you're physically drained, but your mind is still wide awake, scrolling through to-do lists, replaying random memories, worrying about tomorrow, even thinking about what time you need to wake up if you fall asleep right now. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And the solution isn't forcing yourself to sleep harder. It's building a routine that makes your brain naturally want to shut down. Because here's the thing, your brain loves habits. It loves rhythm. It loves predictability. And when you give it a clear, consistent signal every night that says, hey, it's time to wind down, it listens. It starts producing melatonin. It lowers your heart rate. It slows your thinking. It shifts into rest mode. But when your nighttime looks different every day, some nights it's Netflix until midnight, other nights it's TikTok till 1 a.m., and sometimes it's just crashing on the couch with your clothes still on, your brain gets confused. It doesn't know when to start slowing down, and that's a huge reason why falling asleep becomes harder than it should be. So in this episode of the Daily Health Shift, we're going to build your perfect nighttime routine. Not a 2-hour spa experience, not a 57-step checklist, just a simple science-backed rhythm that you can actually stick with, and one that trains your brain to fall asleep faster and deeper. Let's start with timing. Most people make the mistake of thinking sleep starts when you turn off the lights. But the truth is, your sleep starts 60 to 90 minutes before your head hits the pillow. That's when your routine begins. Think of this as your wind-down window. It's not just about relaxing, it's about gradually shifting from daytime energy to nighttime calm. It's like dimming the lights before a show. You don't just flip a switch from alert to asleep. You need a transition. So what happens in that wind-down window? First, dim the lights. Light, especially blue light from screens, tells your brain it's still daytime. So the first step is signaling darkness. If you have smart bulbs, set them to a warmer color in the evening. If not, just turn off overhead lights and use lamps. The lower and warmer the light, the faster your melatonin kicks in. Then, disconnect from stimulation. I know, you've heard this before. But hear me out. Your brain wasn't designed to scroll through social media, watch high-speed action shows, or argue with strangers on Reddit right before sleep. That kind of input keeps your brain in beta mode, alert, focused, engaged. So in your last hour before bed, switch to low-stimulation activities. Read a book, listen to soft music, do a puzzle, stretch, journal. Anything that keeps your hands and mind gently moving, but not wired. Speaking of journaling, this is one of the most powerful parts of a nighttime routine, because a lot of the time, the reason we can't fall asleep is that our brain is trying to hold on to everything we didn't process during the day. Thoughts, emotions, regrets, random worries, they swirl around like laundry in a washing machine. Journaling gives those thoughts a place to land. You don't have to write a novel, just a few lines. Here's what happened today, here's what I'm grateful for, here's what's bothering me, here's what I need to do tomorrow. That's it. What you're doing is freeing your brain from its job of holding on. You're saying, it's okay, I've written it down, you can rest now. Now let's talk about your body. Your routine isn't just about your mind. It's also about sending physical signals to your nervous system that it's time to calm down. That's why one of the most underrated sleep hacks is doing the same physical actions in the same order every night. It could be as simple as take a warm shower, brush your teeth, do a 5-minute stretch, drink herbal tea, get in bed, and breathe. If you repeat that sequence every night, your body will start to associate it with sleep, like muscle memory, but for rest. Even that warm shower is more than just comfort. There's actual science behind it. When you step into warm water, your body heats up slightly. And when you step out, your core temperature drops, which mimics what naturally happens before you fall asleep. That temperature drop signals your brain, hey, it's bedtime. It's one of the easiest ways to biologically trigger the sleep process. And while you're at it, consider adding a little light stretching or breath work after your shower. Nothing intense, just a few slow movements to release tension in your neck, shoulders, back, and hips. Maybe combine that with deep breathing, like the 4-7-8 technique, or simply inhaling deeply and exhaling longer. This helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state that's the exact opposite of fight or flight. It slows your heart rate, lowers cortisol, and preps your body for sleep. Now here's where things get interesting, because once you get in bed, the routine isn't over. Your brain still needs a few minutes to settle. That's why it's powerful to have a bedtime anchor. This could be the same soundscape you play every night, the same guided meditation, the same scent from a lavender essential oil, or even the same phrase you repeat in your mind. Something like, "I'm safe, I'm resting, sleep is coming." That anchor becomes a cue. Just like dogs salivate when they hear a bell in Pavlov's experiment, your brain learns to associate that cue with shutting down. And the best part? Over time, you don't have to try to fall asleep anymore. Your brain sees the pattern, recognizes the cues, and takes over. But here's the catch. Consistency matters more than perfection. Don't worry if you miss a night. Don't stress if your routine gets interrupted. Just come back to it the next night. Over time, your brain will remember the rhythm. And soon, falling asleep won't be something you fight for. It'll be something that just happens. Let's talk about real life now. Because sure, a perfect bedtime routine sounds amazing in theory. But what if you've got kids waking up, a partner who stays up late, or you're working a night shift that throws everything off? Here's the honest truth. You don't need a perfect environment. What you need is repetition, even if it's small. You need consistency, even if your schedule is chaotic. The routine isn't about doing it at the same time every night. It's about teaching your brain that a specific series of steps means it's time to shut down. That rhythm works even if it happens at 1 a.m. after work or at 8 p.m. before your toddler wakes you up 3 times. So if you're a parent, maybe your routine starts after the kids are down. You dim the lights, you put away your phone, you make tea, you sit in stillness for 2 minutes. That's enough. It doesn't have to be long, it just has to be yours. If you live with someone whose schedule is opposite yours, try creating sleep boundaries. Use an eye mask. Use sleep earbuds with calming audio. Let them know that the hour before bed is your time to prepare your brain and body. You don't have to fight their rhythm, you just need to protect yours. If you work night shifts, flip the clock. Your routine might happen at 9 a.m. instead of 9 p.m., but the structure stays the same. Dim lights, calming habits, no caffeine, no screens, mental quiet. Darkness plus repetition equals rest, even when the world outside is just waking up. Now let's get into something people rarely realize. There are certain nighttime habits that seem harmless but wreck your ability to fall asleep. And they often sneak into your routine without you noticing. Like late night snacking. Yeah, it feels cozy, but when you eat within an hour of bedtime, especially heavy, salty, sugary, or spicy foods, you're making your digestive system work when it should be slowing down. That keeps your body alert. It can raise your body temperature, increase your heart rate, and even lead to nightmares or restless tossing. Or alcohol. A glass of wine might make you feel sleepy, but it actually disrupts your REM sleep and makes you more likely to wake up in the middle of the night. So while it knocks you out fast, it doesn't keep you down. Same with smoking or vaping. Nicotine is a stimulant, not a relaxer. Then there's screen time. You already know blue light delays melatonin. But even beyond that, scrolling keeps your brain active. The information, the opinions, the visuals, it's constant stimulation. Your brain thinks it's still on duty. Even 5 minutes of doom scrolling can undo 30 minutes of relaxing. So here's the deal. If you want your routine to work, protect it like you would protect your peace. You're training your brain to sleep the same way you'd train a dog to sit. Repetition, consistency, gentle signals. Don't confuse your brain right before bed with flashing lights, loud noise, mental chaos, or sudden spikes in blood sugar. Alright, now let me give you something simple. Let's say you don't have time for a long ritual. You're exhausted. You're stressed. You just want to crash. Here's a 15-minute wind-down routine that works even on your worst days. Step 1. Turn off bright lights. Use a small lamp or candle. Step 2. Put your phone away, turn it face down, or charge it across the room. Step 3. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Step 4. Write down one thing that made you anxious today and one thing you're grateful for. Don't think too hard, just write. Step 5. Do 1 minute of stretching. Just loosen your body a little, then get in bed. Step 6. Put on calming audio. It could be a sleep story, white noise, ocean waves, anything soft. Step 7. Repeat one phrase in your mind as you breathe. Something like, I am safe. I am still. Sleep is coming. That's it. 15 minutes. Doesn't need candles. Doesn't need lavender oil. Doesn't need perfection. Just intention. Because when you do this, even when life is messy, your brain starts to build a neural pathway that associates this process with sleep. And eventually you'll find yourself getting sleepy halfway through your wind down, not after. Your body and mind will meet you there. Now before we close, let me say this. The power of a nighttime routine isn't in how long it is or how fancy it feels. The power is in the fact that it's yours. It's a boundary you create between the noise of the day and the peace of the night. It's how you say to your nervous system, you don't have to keep going. It's okay to let go now. And if you build that rhythm, if you do it gently and consistently, falling asleep will stop being a struggle and start becoming something your brain does naturally, almost automatically. In the final part of this episode, I'll share stories from people who built their own sleep routines from scratch. People with crazy schedules, noisy homes, or anxious minds. You'll hear how small habits change their nights and their lives. Plus, I'll walk you through a 1-week routine builder so you can start shaping your own tonight. This is the Daily Health Shift, and your best sleep is just a few small choices away. Let me tell you about Jordan. He's a 29-year-old nurse who works rotating night shifts. Some weeks he's on days, some weeks he's on nights, sometimes he's sleeping in his car between shifts. For years he thought sleep was something he just had to sacrifice, until he finally said, no more. He started simple. No matter what time he got home, he dimmed the lights, did 2 minutes of breathing, wrote 1 sentence in a notebook, and listened to the same ocean sound every time. He didn't have the luxury of a regular bedtime, but he had a routine, and that was enough. Within a few weeks, his sleep improved. He stopped waking up every hour. His dreams came back. His energy started lasting longer. And the crazy part? It wasn't some fancy gadget or magic supplement. It was just consistency. Or take Mia. She's a single mom with 2 kids, a full-time job, and no me time until after 10 p.m. She used to fall asleep in front of the TV every night out of exhaustion and wake up groggy and unrested. Once she learned how to build a bedtime routine, everything changed. She gave herself 20 minutes. That's it. She made herbal tea, stretched in silence, wrote 3 sentences in a journal, and turned on a calming podcast in bed. No phones, no scrolling, just space to land. She said, it felt like I finally gave my body permission to rest. Like I didn't have to hold everything together anymore. And that's what this is really about, right? It's not about productivity. It's not about biohacking. It's about giving yourself permission to let go, to stop being in charge, to stop being online, to stop trying to fix everything. It's about stepping into a sacred space where your only job is to rest. So if you're listening to this and thinking, I want that, I need that, but I don't know where to start, let me walk you through a simple 7-day nighttime reset you can try starting tonight. Day 1, pick a time. Doesn't have to be early. Just pick a consistent time where your wind down begins. Even if it's midnight, anchor it. Day 2, cut the bright lights 1 hour before that time. Use lamps, use a candle if you want. Shift the light and your body will start shifting too. Day 3, add one mental practice. That could be journaling, gratitude, or simply writing down tomorrow's tasks. Empty the mind before bed. Day 4, add one physical cue. Stretching, warm shower, breathing, or a quiet walk around the house. Tell your body it's safe to slow down. Day 5, cut screens in the last 30 minutes. Seriously, try one night. Read something instead, even 5 pages. You'll feel the difference. Day 6, choose your bedtime anchor. A phrase, a sound, a scent, something that will signal sleep is coming every single night. Day 7, put it all together. Don't aim for perfection, just follow the flow. And if something breaks the rhythm, that's okay. Start again tomorrow. By the end of the week, your brain will start recognizing the pattern. It'll start helping you instead of fighting you. And sleep will come easier. Not just faster, but deeper, more healing, more whole. And here's the part that matters most. You deserve this. Not just because you're tired, but because your body was designed for rhythm. Your nervous system was made to rest. You don't have to earn sleep. You just have to return to it. So tonight, make it simple. Dim the lights, breathe, stretch, disconnect, and trust that even if you don't get it perfect, you're already shifting. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs better sleep tonight. Someone who's running on fumes. Someone who needs to hear that it's okay to slow down. This is the Daily Health Shift, and I'll be here every step of the way, helping you build habits that heal you from the inside out. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you have a nighttime routine that works for you, drop it in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to finally sleep well for the first time in years. Until next time, rest easy, rest well, and keep shifting toward the peace you've been needing.